Google just dropped connectors that let you design, build, and install full mobile apps on your phone without writing a single line of code. And this is an app for GTech Asia. It's an iconic tech show that happens here in Singapore every single year. And this is what it looks like. I've taken their branding, their fonts, their color palettes, and I plugged it into Google's Antigravity, which has done all the hard work and heavy lifting for me. It's got the agenda, the speakers, the floor plan. I can even add food options if there's booths for breakfast, lunch, dinner, etc. And it's dynamic as well. Antigravity has added the schedule based on what the event is scheduled for each day. And it even has a list of speakers who are scheduled to speak at the event. You describe what you want, Stitch designs it, Antigravity builds it, and Flutter packages it. You go from idea to working app in a few minutes, not the usual months that something like this will take. And best of all, there's no coding bootcamp required. I just built a 2-screen event app with a merch store, food ordering, and an interactive venue in under 10 minutes. And the secret is 3 MCP servers and 1 Stitch skill that automates the entire pipeline. And I'm about to show you the exact setup so you can clone this stack today. Now, most mobile projects die at the prototype stage because building for iOS and Android separately is a resource hell. But I'm going to show you how you can remove all the bottlenecks, starting with the first platform, which is called Stitch. Now, this is a development platform from Google Labs, so it's still very experimental, but it works amazingly well. And so I chose GTech Asia because they run an event, a tech event, every single April at Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. And I really like the event. I've actually been there a few times myself. I like the colors, the branding on the website. So I thought this is something that I can take and use on an app. Let's say I want to sell them my services, or I want to sell another event or a restaurant, a bar, a spa. It doesn't really matter. The point of this step is that we're going to use existing assets. We're not going to code ourselves, and we're going to let Stitch do all of it for us. So grab the website URL and then head back into Stitch. So the prompt that I'm going to use for the first step is create a 2-page mobile app for the GTech Asia tech event. Include all the dates, the locations, and the times. Make sure you take the logo from the website, the color palettes, and the branding. This is very important because if you are going to approach these types of clients and sell them this service, you want to make sure that it's congruent. It looks like the actual service or the app or any existing assets that they may have. Keep it as true to the attached reference website as possible. Make it mobile optimized. And so it created a bunch of these assets here. And honestly, for the most part, you can one-shot this. So I tried a few different styles. The first one was very close to the actual source website in terms of branding and the fonts. This one is exactly the same, but it's in dark mode. And then the middle one is what I chose to build the actual app with. So this is still using the GTech Asia fonts. It's still very similar to the way the website is built. It's more black and white versus the purples and the pinks on their website. But the reason I chose this is because A, I like it, and B, it kind of stands out, right? Like it's really grabbing my attention. And this last one is another variation, not something that I like. The only reason I'm showing you this is because I'm testing this with different language models inside of Stitch. So the first iteration was done using Google Thinking with Gemini 3 Pro. This is their most powerful language model. It comes with thinking, which means deeper reasoning. It'll plan it more. It'll spend a bit more time before it actually executes it. And typically you get better results. 3 Flash is also a great language model, but the problem is that it's optimized for speed and not necessarily quality. But in the first instance, I wanted to test them side by side. So in about a couple of minutes, it came back with this response. So it's got the home page, the home screen, it's got the schedule, and that's all pulled off the website because I included the website in there. And the way to do that is before you prompt it, just click on the plus sign here and you've got the website URL option. You can also upload files. So if you've got screenshots of like a concept or like a wireframe from Figma or something like that, you can actually screenshot that, upload that, and use that as context. And then once I was happy with it, I took a screenshot, which you just click on it, and it will basically add it inside of the prompt, as you can see on the left hand side here. And then you can make edits to this. So then the second prompt was create 3 variations of this page. Now this time I used 3.0 Flash because I wanted to see if there was a difference in quality and speed. So the quality was generally worse versus 3.0 Pro Thinking, but it completed the task a lot faster. So you're going to be trading quality for speed. And then it came back with all of these. Now the great thing about Stitch is that it's completely free and you can go crazy with this. Even on the free plan, they give you plenty of tokens to play about with. So keep testing the prompts. If you're not happy with something, just prompt it again, try a different prompt and see how it goes. Once you're happy with the assets, you can just highlight them by pressing Command on your Mac and just clicking on the 2 that you're happy with. Over to export here, and then you want to export the zip file. And that's literally the first step done. This won't take you more than 10 minutes. For the second step, we need a Dart and Flutter MCP. And basically, this is another platform from Google as well. So you're integrating all of their existing assets. And basically, Dart is the programming language and Flutter is the platform. And basically, this is designed to help you build UX, UI optimized mobile apps. What's great about this tool is that you can actually use it directly inside of Google's Antigravity. And we're going to do that using something called an MCP. So an MCP is just a protocol. It's just fancy speak for language. I'm talking to you in the English language because that's what most of you understand. And the same is true for technology stacks. We need to use a common language, also known as a protocol, so these platforms can talk to each other. Once you have everything you need, head over to Google's Antigravity and let's build this this together. So for the first step, let's get the Flutter MCP integrated inside of Antigravity. And to do that, you click on these three dots here, go to MCP servers, and then just type in dot inside of the search bar here. Now you can see that I've already had this installed, so bring that up, and it's currently disabled for me. That's fine. I'll show you how to fix that if you see this error. Sometimes you get a few errors, but don't panic because you can actually get the agent inside of Antigravity to fix this for you. So I'm going to uninstall this. Let's go ahead and try and install it again. It's coming up with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, head back to the agent, fix this .mcp error for me, and I'm going to paste it inside of the agent. But before I do, there's a couple of things you can do inside of here. The first is your language models. Now there's a few that you can use here. Besides Gemini 3, you've also got Claude Sonnet and you've got Opus as well. Now these Sonnet and Opus are amazing for things like programming tasks. I've actually gone through my quota today. So I'm going to use 3 Flash because this is the quickest way I can build this live with you on the video and show you how quickly you can do this. But there's nothing stopping you from using Pro, High, or Low. It just means kind of deeper reasoning, bigger context windows, and you can spend a bit more time doing it because the language models will spend a bit more time thinking about it, planning it before they execute the task. I'm going to send this over, fix the MCP error for me, and let's see what Google Antigravity comes back with. Now, I'm probably getting this error because I'm trying to install it again. I've already had it installed on my Antigravity instance. I've removed it and I'm going to install it again just to show you what you should do in the event that this happens. And after a couple of minutes, the agent will actually fix the error for you. And this is the power of agentic building because you don't have to do any of the heavy lifting. It should be enabled here, and then you can head back to the agent. I'm going to close all of this down, and then the export file, the zip file that you exported from Stitch, put that into a folder and just call it whatever you want to call it. So I've already gone ahead and done that, and then import the file inside of Google's Antigravity. You can see here I've got the GitX AI Asia. I've got the app that I showed you at the beginning, but I'm going to do it again step by step so you know exactly what to do inside of prompting. Don't worry about this because I'm starting a new instance, so we're going to go through it anyway, starting from the beginning. So here's the prompt that you want to use for something like this. Use the Stitch.zip file and create a mobile optimized app with 2 screens and make sure it's ready for Flutter deployment. Do not change the branding or the colors or the color palette. Just keep it exactly how you see it. Once it's ready, get it and launch it for a simulation that I can test here. That's it, submit, and let's see what Antigravity comes back with. Now remember, I'm using Gemini 3 Flash. You can use any other models. You can also import your own models as well. So I'll leave that up to you. See now that it's analyzing the folder, which is this GTEx AI Asia, is looking for the Stitch.zip. You don't actually have to extract anything. Let your agentic builder do this for you. And now it's going to analyze the assets inside of the zip folder. Now, just as an FYI, the first time you do this will be the longest time it ever takes, because when you're using libraries like Flutter, if you're integrating it with Stitch loop skills, which I'll show you exactly how to do, then all of that will require some dependencies, some libraries. And in my case, because I'm using a Mac, I need Xcode, which is basically an Apple product. It's used as an environment to build mobile apps, but I'm actually using it for the simulator so I can show you what the app looks like once it's built. After about a minute or two, you're going to get this implementation plan. So it's just basically confirming everything that I put inside of Antigravity in the initial prompt. Now, if there's anything that you're not happy with, you can always go back into the prompt and say, update the implementation plan with X, Y, Z. But if you are happy to go with it and you like everything that Gemini has created for you, you can just click on proceed, which is what I'm going to do because I want to show you how quickly and how easily you can do this. So now it's going to implement the 2-screen refinement, which is the mobile app that I've asked it to create. Now remember, we're not creating any user interface, UX, UI. It's already been built inside of Stitch. This entire process is using agentic workflows. And because we're using the Flutter MCP, I can control the deployment side of it, the optimization side in terms of how the mobile app should look and feel and react. I can do it all from Google Antigravity. It's really an incredible time to be building because AI takes care of it all for you. And just as an FYI, if you're doing this on a Windows and you want to build an Android app, then you're going to need the Android development kit. If you're not sure about any of this, because it is quite technical, just prompt your agent inside of Antigravity and it will do everything for you. Because remember, Google also owns Android. Everything is seamlessly integrated and it will go out there and install everything for you. This includes all the executable files, the libraries, the dependencies, basically everything that your app needs to run on an Android device. And after about less than 10 minutes, it's completed, it's debugged everything using Dart/Flutter, and it's launched an iPhone 16 Pro simulator for me to view this in. And this is done through Xcode. And there you have it, a complete mobile app, mobile optimized, completely built by AI. I haven't done any of this. And it's literally taken all the assets that I also used AI to build to bring it all together in a very mobile optimized environment. Now remember, I'm using Google tools in an Apple iPhone simulator. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with this. It looks like any other iPhone app that I would normally use. It's got the scheduling, it's got the speakers, there's a search bar, and you can make this better, obviously. Like, I'm just giving you ideas. I happen to think that this color scheme looks really nice, but if you wanted to add more colors, you can do that. You could just prompt it inside a Stitch. You can also add more screens and enhance this. So if you wanted Antigravity to include merchandising, lunch booths, you can do all of that as well. And you can even add a floor plan. There's so much more you can do with this. But I wanted to show you what you can do in 10 minutes or less. Remember, I haven't coded any of this. I don't know what fonts they're using. I have no idea what size this is. I don't know what the color scheme is. I don't know what the layout is. But honestly, if I was selling something like this to a prospect, you can charge top dollar for this because everyone's using their phones all the time. The best place to grab attention is on a mobile device. And just as an FYI, these images here are not the images that Stitch or Antigravity grabbed from the actual website. That's going to require a bit more technical now. The easiest way for you to do that is just to go to the website, right click on each image, save it in the same Google folder that you see inside of Antigravity, and just let Antigravity agent take care of it. So any assets that you want, you just literally dump it in the same folder that built this mobile app, and you just let it know. You just let the agent know. And the way you can do that is you can do mentions with the @sign. So for example, if the images were inside stitch.zip, I can just type in stitch.zip and then it will select the correct file that I'm mentioning inside of these subfolders. Google have taken care of everything. You're no longer the builder. You are now the creative brain. You're the orchestrator. And honestly, that's your greatest skill because there's no value in building anything anymore. AI has sent the cost of that down to zero. So you now have the exact tech stack top mobile teams are switching to. These are only 3 tools and you're using zero code. It's a full production pipeline and it's all done on your machine, locally hosted and completely for free. And if you love this video, smash the like button because I'm somebody who sells you AI source without charging you a single dime. All the content on this channel is completely free. To support the channel, support the algorithm, get my voice out there, subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you enjoyed this tutorial, click on the next one, which is quite similar to this one, which is going to show you how you can use Google Stitch and Google Antigravity to create a website. And this delves deeper into Stitch skills, which is a loop feedback. And basically all that means is you can iterate, test, iterate, build, test, and the AI will do it all for you. So the traditional method of building websites has been turned upside down on its head and AI will do it all for you. Thank you if you made it this far. The support means the world to me. If you haven't installed Google Antigravity, go ahead, get that installed. Install the Flutter MCP. Sign up to Google Stitch. It's completely free if you've got a Gmail account. And I'll see you next time. But before you go, say it with me. Something magical is going to happen today. Take care.